video out of Big 34, right? Now, what kills me is these niggas be so brainwashed, they don't know how to do the math. Let me get this right. Let's do the math. They wouldn't give nobody a bail. Everybody had a no bail, right? They're doing their investigation. I told y'all a month ago, they got the video and the phone. They also got the contract. I know who was in the store getting the contract. They wouldn't give nobody a bail when they don't have none of these things. I tell y'all they have these things. Wack, how you know they got them? Because I know. Know this. The victims always get notified on any updates in the case. This is a fact. Now, I know what I'm being told. So now, what do you think they do after they get the surveillance of who came in there to get the contract and the video out of an individual's phone? Who are the FBI gonna go talk to? This is easy math. Who is the FBI to go talk to if they pull the video out of Brock's phone and the surveillance show Wack went in there to get this contract? Who they come to talk to?
They want to talk to Brock, right?
They gonna want to talk to Brock about what's in his phone, and they gonna say, Wack, he got you getting the contract, right? Am I right? Who's the two all of a sudden got a bond?
The daddy and 30?
Daddy and 30.
So when the feds go to talk to people, if they stop plead the fifth, do they get favors? If they talk to them, what usually happens?
They get favor.
They get fed.
And these niggas sleep. Is one more that's gonna end up getting a bond. One of them got caught with a bunch of when they raided. They ain't even mentioned it. Remember I told y'all that? These niggas be slow. This the problem. You don't understand, nigga. I'm an experience that come from committing crime and doing time and fighting cases. I see that way down the street. The daddy already's a rat, been it on paper 2007. He ain't never did a day. The older a nigga get, ain't touched them stoops, the more he don't want to do it when he getting them stoops.
He's right, you know.
So are you telling me prior to them not having nothing, ain't nobody got a bail? All of a sudden they get the shit and y'all got a bail? What? And then wait, here it comes. Pooh Shiesty comes up for bail. Oh no, he's too dangerous. We can't let him out. He gonna compromise it too. That's what it eventually gonna play. I told niggas this over a month ago. Bro, they got the contract. They got the that went in there to get the contract, and they got the video.
Guilty! That nigga is guilty!
So they got the nigga video on everything they doing, passing off the bag, the Dracos and all that, and they let that nigga go after they get the video? What? Yeah, okay. Hey, but look, I ain't nobody. I'm just gonna hate. Y'all hate me so much, I can tell you the well is over there. We ain't going to that well. Anything I say, they go the other way. That's why I tell them the opposite to get them to go my way. They're bozos. I'm telling you. I said, bro, they got the video footage out the phone. They got the footage of the going to the desk getting to work. If you go to Staples or anything right now, go in there and say, hey, I need you to make copies and print this out.
It's
and make 3 copies for me. They say 17 cents. And you pay 17 cents at register too. It's in their shit. Time, date, and then the camp you coming in there. So they know exactly who the you think. The manager, you think the little street niggas is the ones overseeing the contract? Who you think is overseeing the contract? Who did he say, who did he go to and say, is this what it's supposed to be? Or what else? And he said, make him put the date on there.
His daddy.
Who did he go? I'm telling you what it is.
New this morning, the federal government says rapper Pooh Shiesty is simply too dangerous to be out on bond. The rapper's real name is Lontrell Williams Jr. He is asking to be released on bond ahead of his trial. And you may remember he and 8 other men, including his father, are accused in the January robbing and kidnapping of his record label owner, Gucci Mane. The other defendants, including Shiesty's father And rapper Big 30, they're already out on bond, but here's this new filing.
What's good, everybody? The legal problems surrounding Pooh Shiesty appear to be getting even more serious. Just days after asking the federal judge to release him on bond while awaiting trial, prosecutors fired back with a lengthy court filing arguing he should remain in custody. And according to the government, they believe there's too much risk with releasing him. Today we're going to break down what the prosecutor said and why the court is taking this so serious, and why one particular victim impact statement could play a major role in the judge's decision. After spending months behind bars awaiting trial, Pooh Shiesty's legal team recently asked the court to reconsider his detention. Defense attorneys proposed several conditions that they argue would allow him to be safely released while the case moves forward. This isn't unusual. Many defendants request bond modifications before trial. The defense's position is simple. Their client should not remain incarcerated before he's convicted, but federal prosecutors strongly agree. Just over a week after the motion was filed, prosecutors submitted a lengthy response asking the judge to deny bond altogether. Their argument centers on two major issues. First, they claim no release conditions would reasonably protect the community. And second, they argue there's a significant risk of witness intimidation or retaliation if he is released. Those are two of the biggest factors judges consider in federal detention hearings. The government isn't just arguing that Pooh Shiesty might fail to appear, they're arguing he presents an ongoing danger, and that's a much higher standard. According to the court filings, prosecutors say they now possess additional evidence supporting their position. That reportedly includes text messages, witness statements, physical evidence, prior bond violation allegations, and other investigative material, along with a video that's supposed to be circulating out there. Of course, all this evidence will ultimately have to be challenged in court. Nothing has been proven before a jury, but prosecutors clearly believe they've assembled enough evidence to convince the judge that pretrial release isn't appropriate. Perhaps the strongest part of the government's filing wasn't forensic evidence, it was a letter, a victim impact statement submitted by one of the alleged victims. And according to the court records, the individual, identified by initials, told the judge he fears for both his own safety, his family's safety, if Pooh Shiesty was released. The letter describes living with constant anxiety, watching cars drive past his house, being afraid to allow his kids outside, and worrying that retaliation could occur even hundreds of miles away. Whether those fears ultimately prove justified isn't the issue at this stage. The important part is that the judge must decide whether those concerns are credible enough to justify continued detention. And victim impact statements often carry significant weight. Federal judges don't simply ask did somebody commit a crime. That question is reserved for trial. Instead, during bond hearings, the court asks different questions. Can this defendant safely be released? Will witnesses remain protected? Will the defendant appear in court? Could additional crimes occur? Those are the questions prosecutors are trying to answer, and based on their filing, they believe the answer is no. The defense's perspective, of course, they see everything differently. Like every criminal defendant, Pooh Shiesty is presumed innocent unless he's proven guilty. Defense attorneys generally argue that allegations alone should not automatically justify keeping someone behind bars before trial. They may challenge the credibility of the witnesses, question the strength of the government's evidence, or argue that strict release conditions, such as GPS monitoring, home confinement, or restricted travel would adequately protect the public. Ultimately, that's for the court to decide. Now, federal court is very different from the state court. Fed prosecutors generally spend months or even years building investigations before making arrests. Once charges are filed, judges often rely on heavily detailed investigative records prepared by the federal agents over years. If prosecutors convince the judge that someone presents both a danger to the community and a risk to witnesses, obtaining bond becomes extremely difficult. That's exactly what appears to be happening here. Now the ball's in the judge's court. The judge will review the defense's request, the government's response, the supporting evidence, and the victim statements. Then the court will determine whether continued detention is warranted while the case proceeds. This decision won't determine guilt or innocence. It simply decides whether the defendant should remain in custody before trial. The trial itself, where evidence is challenged and witnesses are cross-examined, is still where the ultimate legal questions will be resolved. This case has already become one of the most closely watched legal battles in hip-hop, with prosecutors pushing aggressively to keep Pooh Shiesty detained and the defense continuing to fight for his release. There will likely be more developments in the weeks ahead. As always, it's important to remember that these allegations are being litigated in court, and Pooh Shiesty remains presumed innocent unless proven guilty. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all think the prosecutors have enough to justify denying bond, or do you think the strict release conditions could adequately address their concerns? Drop your comments below. Appreciate you. Subscribe, share the video, like the video. Till next time, it's your boy, man. We out.